Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Marco Polo Monday, where we study through the book of Galatians and see how it applies to our lives. And so the question to think about is, what is it that forms Christ in us? What is it that frees us from sin traps and enables us to serve the Lord with some sense of zeal and earnestness? Well, many would point to God's law. They would say that if we're obedient to God, we're following in the steps of Christ. And so Christ is formed in us through obedience. And yet there is this strange phenomena that happens when people focus on keeping God's law, keeping the 10 Commandments, loving God and loving people, which is the old covenant. And you know what it is Paul tells us in the next chapter that we're studying, which is Galatians 4:17-20. It says, those people are zealous to win you over, but for no good. What they want is to alienate you from us so that you may have zeal for them. It's fine to be zealous, provided the purpose is good, and to be so always, not just when I'm with you. My dear children, for whom I'm again in the pains of childbirth until Christ is formed in you. How I wish I could be with you now and change my tone, because I'm perplexed about you. Paul's talking about the false teachers that are pressing the old covenant down onto the Galatian believers. They were saying, the gospel's good, yes, but you need to go on to maturity and into perfection, and that comes through circumcision, Sabbath keeping, and all the 10 Commandments of the old covenant. But if that were true, why does Paul say, I'm again in the pains of childbirth until Christ is formed in you? What this means is that focusing on our obedience, it does not give us new birth. It doesn't provide Christ in us. People who are focused on the law perpetually perplex mature believers. So let's use an illustration. When I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror and basically I say, wow, what a mess. And so I use a comb to comb what's left of my hair, and I use a toothbrush on my teeth and a razor to shave, and I'm trying to be clean and presentable. But what would you guys think if I broke off a bit of the mirror and used it to comb my hair, or to brush my teeth, or to shave my face with it? Well, that would certainly perplex you, I hope, because the mirror only shows what's wrong with me. It isn't designed to fix me. The law of God was designed for one purpose: to reveal our sin, to show us areas that we don't look like Jesus, to condemn us, not to fix us through our attempts at obedience. No, the law is glorious because we look into it and we say, wow, what a mess. And we come to Jesus, the fixer, the redeemer, the rescuer, the one who took our sin on himself and suffered our punishment to forgive our every sin and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness, and to give us his Spirit, who bears the fruit of the Spirit in our lives. Look, if we become loving, joyful, peaceful, we have patience and goodness and kindness and gentleness and self-control, aren't we looking like Jesus now? Christ is formed in us, and the fruit of the Spirit is coming out of our lives, all through believing the good news that Christ was punished in your place, that he took all your sin away from you, that he made you righteous in return as you believed the gospel, and he gives you his Spirit. The Spirit begins to lead you away from gratifying your flesh. The Spirit begins producing fruit in you and makes you begin to grow in Christ likeness. Question to think about this week. Have you ever tried to use the mirror of the law, your own obedience, to fix sin issues in your life? And if so, how would the gospel bring about a different result? So please share with us. We look forward to hearing from you this week.